Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is a photography channel. Don't let you be scared off by the construction behind you. This is my new home, and this is what I've been up to for the last few months, and that's why I've been able to get out some videos, at least in part. So tonight, we are shooting the blood moon. It's a little overcast, slightly. High cirrus clouds out there. Shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to view the moon just fine. Either way, we're gonna go out and have some fun shooting the blood moon tonight. All right, since I didn't plan this out very well, I'm rushing to get set up and just get at least a glimpse of it and have some type of foreground. But you know what? In the end, if I just get the moon itself and get a little bit of that orange blood moon feel, that'll be worth it all the way. So let's roll up here. There's a little, I'll get back with you in a second. All right, I'm so out of practice here. I'm gonna go scout this bike trail. It's right here, goes down. The moon should be coming out over in the west here, or the east, excuse me. Yeah, this is not what I was thinking at all. All right, so we're rocking down here. There's a golf course over here, and we're gonna come in this little valley over here, see if there's anything worth, well, there's all these power lines, so this may not be ideal, and I'm wasting a lot of time. It's not exactly, well, we've got these palm trees right here, which might work out okay. Maybe even this brush and this down here. All right, let me get out the PhotoPills app and see where we're at here. We're into the PhotoPills app, and what I'm trying to do is scrub through the chronological time to see where the moon will be, approximately anyways, on the app and where it's gonna come up. And what I noticed is it was gonna be a little bit to the right of the trees, and actually that's where it did come up. I think it came up a little bit further to the right than I wanted it to be. And what I was thinking is I might walk back up the hill because there might be a better vantage point to get the moon coming up between the two palm trees. But in the end, I was losing a lot of light. So I abandoned that area altogether in terms of that walkway, and I actually went to the position where you actually saw a few seconds ago, and that was me showing the golf course area, and that's where I ultimately ended up shooting the shots that you'll see right now. I don't think I picked the best location, but we're out here. It's been a while. Let me talk about my settings. I'm using the 500 rule for this just so I don't get a lot of movement. And if you don't know what the 500 rule is, I have it on the screen right now. Essentially, on a full frame camera, you take 500 and divided by the focal length that you're going to be shooting at. In this case, I have 35 millimeters. I may switch over to my 24 to 105, but for now I'm going to stick to 35 millimeters. I'm going to go about f2, f1.8. At that rate, 35 millimeters into 500 gives me about 15 seconds or so. I'll put it on the screen, exactly the amount of seconds I can keep my shutter open for. And before you start getting, in stars, you get star trails. But in the moons, for the moon shot, we don't want the moon to be moving. So I may go 10 seconds. Essentially, again, I'm trying to get a crisp shot of the moon. So I may even go less than that. It's just a matter of how long I want to keep the shutter open so I can get a nice, clean shot. So the moon's not coming up exactly where I thought it might. It's a little bit askew to the right. That's okay. Hopefully when it gets high enough and it's still large enough, I'll be able to get it juxtaposed, or really just in combination with one palm tree, the top half of the palm tree, and the moon itself.
ultimately, I was super stoked to be out and shooting. It has been quite some time, and it's evident by the lack of videos that I've been able to produce over the last 8 months. There have been some things going on in my life that I'll probably talk about in a video down the line, but nonetheless, things are starting to level out for me, and I'm glad, and I was glad to just make this video and get out and share it with you. Also, I do want to remind you, down in the description below, I have some things for you, free. There is a link to a free digital copy of the 500 rule that I showed you earlier. You can go and get that just to remind you, put it on your phone, put it on your computer just to remind you of how to shoot the stars and the moon or things that are moving celestially in the sky. And when you don't want star trails, this will be a great baseline for you based on what we talked about in the video. The other thing is I printed 4 or 5 of these little posters, 4 for sure. Down in the description below, I have a link to a form, fill it out, and I'm gonna give it away to the first 4 people that fill out the form. So if there's 5, I'll send all 5 out. And thank you to all my loyal subscribers, you mean the world to me, and thanks for hanging in there if you're watching this video. And also to all the new subscribers who have joined me recently, I really appreciate you. And ultimately, I had a super good time shooting photography, and I was just appreciative to get out and do so. Till the next one, I love y'all. Peace.